For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Introducing to you first, to my right, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing red trunks with white trim and weighed in at 148 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Placeta, Cuba. His professional record consists of 19 wins, 6 defeats, 1 draw, with 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing DAMIAN Devo Frias. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing blue trunks with white trim and weighed in at 147 pounds. Coming to us from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, he has a professional record of 30 wins, just 2 defeats, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is JoJo Dan.
Okay, gentlemen, I gave you specific detailed instructions in the locker room. I got to tell you 2 things. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, bang at the bell. Tocan guantes.
Just one more comment about DAMIAN FRIAS, by the way. Frias has never been stopped in his 25 fights. The guy's got a chin, 26 fights. So he does have a chin. Expect him to hang in there.
Now I expect this to be a competitive matchup.
It's not that often you see southpaw against southpaw.
Now, one of the criticisms of Frias is that he fights a little bit defensively, gets back on his back foot.
And that's why I expect this to be a good matchup, because JoJo Dan is more an aggressive type guy. So Frias, you know, coming up in that Cuba system in amateurs, he's more of a boxer.
And he does have 10 knockouts out of his 19 wins.
JoJo Dan, 3 of his 5 previous fights have been against lefties. That might be a little bit of an advantage here.
Absolutely. You get accustomed to seeing that.
Yeah, exactly. But Frias, his last fight was against a lefty too. So the fact that these are lefties fighting fellow lefties shouldn't be that much of a factor.
I didn't know there were so many lefties out of there.
More now than ever before.
Indeed.
And they're going right to the inside here.
Again, this is Ron Christian here with Brian Adams and Steve Farhood. This is Broadway Boxing. Good body work by JoJo Dan. And he is ripping to the body. Gets warning from Rosado to keep his punches up a little bit.
Well, he's had success, JoJo Dan that is. His previous couple of fights with throwing that left hand to the body. So I expect him to stay committed to body shots.
Well, you saw in the replay in his last appearance at Broadway Boxing, his body attack was largely responsible for that victory. Good straight left hand by Frias. JoJo Dan digging to the body, and he's going to get a warning from Rosado to keep those punches up. They were just a little below a belt. Oh, he did it again, though.
Those are low blows because he's getting caught. Right, Steve? Don't get caught, is it low?
Well, and what's a low blow? Because Frias' trunks are above the belly button.
He's landing right on the belt line, that big belt line. So it's debatable. Oh, he did it again, though, really. He'd better be careful or he's going to start losing some points here.
Well, he's been warned now 3 times. And Frias is complaining every time. That's not that should affect the referee, but it can.
So Gabriel Rosado is going to be forced back into a corner to take points. Because it's early on and he won them 3 times already.
If I'm not mistaken, that right hook to the body landed by Frias was just a little bit low. Maybe that was a tit for tat. But those low punches by JoJo Dan are really not that low. I mean, he's not hitting them in the cup.
Yeah, I agree. They've all been borderline to me.
Some good work by Frias.
Round.
Good first round, competitive first round. And Frias had a very respectable first round. And it's not out of the question somebody gave it to him. We are in round number 2. Jojo Dan in the blue trunks with the white stripes. Damian Frias, the underdog, in the red trunks with the white stripes. But he fought very formidably in that first round.
Jojo Dan has a very busy style. He was busy in the first round, and in a sense, he's doing Frias a favor because I've seen Frias before, and one of the problems is he keeps his hands in his pockets too much, doesn't fight enough. He's being forced to fight here because of the pace being set by Jojo Dan.
That's a very good point. And it's working out for Frias kind of nicely.
Yeah, it's either fight back or get overrun.
Right.
All right, a little mauling in close there. Jojo Dan lands a decent left uppercut, but those punches were predominantly blocked by Damian Frias. That was a good right hook landed by Frias.
That was a low blow.
Now that was the lowest blow landed tonight, actually. Landed by Frias.
Was on the opposite side of the ring.
As you said, Brian, score it where the referee can't see it.
It's only low if he caught.
Now that wasn't intentional, though. You could see that he was trying to.
And Frias was throwing elbows to get room. He just got one.
Yeah, he did. Well, they both landed some real hard shots there. And again, Frias going a little south of the border with his body shots.
This is some pace.
That is a good pace.
Although I figured it'd be a good matchup, I thought the styles would be more of a, you know, Bull Matador.
You called it. You called it. Oh, some good shots by Jojo Dan. Again, we're looking at a guy, Damian Frias, who's got 26 fights. He has never been knocked out. So I expect he'll be able to take some shots. Brian, you call this as a good matchup. I wasn't so convinced of that, but I'm becoming a believer.
Well, because you have to look at the pedigree of the guys. You have one guy who's ranked in all three of the organizations, the BC, BA, and IBF. And you have one guy who came up in a good system, the Cuban amateur system, who defected and was trained in Miami. And right now you have a couple of Cuban guys who are hot in the professional ranks. So I expect the Cuban guy to have some pride, which he has.
He's taking some shots right now, by the way. Is Damian Frias. Yeah, you're right, though. Certainly a prideful fighter at the end of round number 2. So we're ready for round number 3. But you're right. Jojo Dan could well be undefeated with the 32-0 record without those two blemishes. Good body shots by Jojo Dan. And I think referee Rosado is letting these guys do a little body work right now, even when they're hitting belt line, because they're both doing it.
He has to, because if he step in now, he's going to have to start taking points.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think anything merits that. So I think it's good judgment on Rosado's part just to let it happen. Frias banging with that right hook.
Conditioning is going to play a key part in this fight, no doubt.
Good chopping left hands and a good right uppercut by Jojo Dan.
For a busy fighter, Dan's landing a pretty good percentage of his shots.
Yes, he is.
That high-energy style reminds me of another Montreal-based Romanian, Lucien Boutet.
Yeah, there was a little movement of all sorts of Romanian fighters to Canada, and Boutet and Jojo Dan were part of that little migration, mini migration.
Boutet is just a little smarter, I think.
Yeah, maybe a little more powerful too.
Those two are very good friends, by the way.
Some really good body work right now by Jojo Dan, and all of it above the belt, by the way.
It's hard to imagine that that's not going to pay a dividend, because Jojo Dan is looking pretty impressive here. I like both of these guys.
That was very low against the ropes, too.
Oh, boy. Well, referee Rosado breaks him up, and I don't know what's going to happen here.
He gave him a hard warning.
Well, he's going to give him up to perhaps 5 minutes to rest. I don't think he's going to need that. Oh, he's going to give him that rest. And the question is, are we going to see points? And that's a borderline call, despite the fact that there have been a number of warnings. I don't know what I would do in this situation. I can see it. I would agree with Rosado regardless of what he did. He's giving a very stern warning to Jojo Dan. And he's giving a warning to Frias.
No point deduction.
No point deduction. And I agree with it.
Franco Gonzalez, the trainer of Damian Frias, was going crazy in the corner.
Well, that last punch that's ended action, at least called for a timeout, was certainly the lowest punch that Jojo Dan landed. And Rosado making his physical preference felt in that ring.
Rosado, I'm sorry, Frias just missed with a right hook. Try to catch Jojo Dan coming in.
Good right hook by Jojo Dan. Well, I like that these guys aren't getting discouraged by the potential warnings, and they're keeping with their body attack.
It's a great point, Ron. Although good fighters very rarely get discouraged from those kind of warnings. Usually if you hit a guy low and you get warned, very often you'll see that same fighter go right back to the body.
And then there are some guys who probably should listen to that because they go a little bit too low. There's some notable examples of that. But in any case, we're coming to the end of round number 3.
Andrew Galata?
Oh, could that be it?
Second Iden fight, in the second round, he suffered a broken jaw. And he fought the rest of the way with it.
You've got to love that kind of determination. You know, a lot of those Eastern European fighters, tough really defines who they are.
Yeah.
We're in the 4th round of 8. That is Jojo Dan in the blue trunks with the white stripe. Damian Frias, Cuban by way of Miami in the red trunks with the white stripe.
And every round starts the same with the two of them jabbing each other. And then within a few seconds, they're back on the inside. Yeah.
And I stand corrected. Earlier I said Frias came up in the Cuban system. What I meant was, obviously he defected from Cuba to Miami at a very young age. But in Miami, it's still more or less a Cuban-based boxing program. But this is evenly matched bout. Again, got to give credit to Joe Chiambo.
Well, Brian, I think I get the impression right now that one of Frias' problems in this fight, he's being out-hustled a little bit, yes. But does he have the power to get the full respect of Jojo Dan? I don't know that he does.
I'm not sure Jojo Dan will respect him no matter what happens. I think that's the issue. Frias can probably, with any other opponent, get some form of respect. Because Frias has been landing his share of shots also.
Because we might be getting near the point. I mean, it's still early in the fight, but Frias is going to have to land something big to win a round, much less win the fight. That's a big right hook, and as soon as you see Frias shake his head no, you know what that means. That means yes. That was one of the best punches of the fight so far for Jojo Dan.
I mean, I know that's the added saying, and I won't totally disagree with you. But I can recall one fight I had, got through a Stefan Owuzu, to an overhand right. Best punch of the fight, landed dead on my chin. I said to him, ouch, and shook my head because I really didn't feel it. So, generally speaking, yes, if they're shaking their head, you know, they're buzzed, but not every time.
Well, this looks like another round for Jojo Dan to me. Shutout on my card so far. No knockdown there.
Lunged in, he missed the left hand, and Frias just cuffed him in the back of the head and he went down.
Yeah, he lost his balance because he reached with that left hand.
Because they've been fighting so close that the space, I guess, confused them.
He's been fairly, Jojo Dan's been fairly compact with his punches. That's not something we've seen a lot of from him. You see him on the attack right now, and he gets close and then he punches, as opposed to punching and then trying to get close. You can see this is a fairly entertaining fighter.
Nice straight left hand by Frias.
Yeah, Frias is in the fight. It's just, it's hard for him to win rounds because he's just not matching Jojo Dan's intensity or punch output. And there you see Jojo Dan going to work again.
And Frias has taken those body shots very well. Now Frias is making Jojo Dan reach a lot.
Keep in mind, Frias, 36 years old.
The only thing I would like to see different here is either one of the guys give angles on the inside. There, Frias tried to get a little separation and step back, but he was unable to counterpunch off of that.
Ooh.
That was clear.
Yeah, Frias hitting on the break there.
Finally, a point comes.
And he has to be conscious that he's taking 2 points off. He has to be conscious to be respectful and pay attention to the referee. The referee could disqualify him.
Frustration clearly setting in there. And maybe frustration also because there were so many warnings to Jojo Dan for low blows and no point deduction.
That's a reasonable observation.
No, we're slightly past the halfway mark of this fight, and that point deduction from Damian Frias. That's just
icing on the cake.
Yeah, icing on the cake,
Yeah.
salt in the wound,
No,
use whatever
yeah.
cliche you want, but he's just fallen way behind on points, I believe, even if you give him a round as Brian did.
And I could see giving him a round, but he is far behind.
And I do think referee Gabriel Rosado took 2 points off. I just have to confirm that.
Well, Frias,
I'm sorry, Gary Rosado.
yeah, it's Gary Rosado. Round number 6. Jojo Dan, blue trunks, white stripes.
Going to elbow.
Yeah, this fight's getting a little bit messy. Gary Rosado, very good referee. Not going to take too much of that kind of rough stuff.
But Jojo Dan just came in with his head. And I can understand the frustration from Frias. Jojo Dan, every infraction, nothing is caught.
I think the worst thing that Jojo Dan has done, and that, oh, boy, he went a little low again. This is really a tough fight. I'm not sure that I agree with you, Bri, that he's done anything worthy of being penalized for, and I'm not certain I would have penalized Frias either.
Right, you know, I'm not saying the infractions should be reason to take points off. I'm just saying.
Oh, that punch hurt
Yeah,
Frias.
hurt Frias.
That was a
Caught him
right hook to
backing
the
out.
head. This is bad news for Frias. He's a very tough guy, is not often hurt, maybe a little discouraged, but he took a terrific shot. And he better start throwing punches back or this fight could get stopped. Rosado talking to him.
Frias refused to let go.
I don't blame him.
He said, nope, I'm holding.
But he better punch back. Take a sustained number of those punches, and the referee is forced to stop him. Oh, there you go. A terrific right hook to the body thrown by Frias, just to show that he's still alive.
Yeah, he's clear. Eyes are clear.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't hurt as badly as I thought he was hurt. But he certainly looks stunned.
Once
after that
again,
right
he
hook.
don't want to let go. He spit his mouthpiece out. Frias just said that was JoJo Dan's mouthpiece, and it was his mouthpiece. I
Are
don't
we
understand.
confused? Are we confused?
Yeah, he confused the heck out of me.
That was pretty funny. I saw that, Brian. I think right now Gary Rosado could say that the sky is blue and Frias would give him an argument.
Well,
I mean, I saw the mouthpiece fall out, and he made me do a double take.
JoJo Dan is now being relentless, and Frias doesn't have too many answers to that. JoJo Dan pounds the body, goes, and he's staying legal. Frias some light shots to the body. Oh, heck of a left hand by round number 7, guys.
Time be running out for Devo.
Yep. Yep. Frias in the red trunks with the white stripes. JoJo Dan from Romania via Canada. The blue trunks with the white stripes. He's a 30-2 fighter, as we pointed out. Could easily be 32-0 with just a couple of different breaks. And you've called him a serious contender for the welterweight title.
Yeah, and his people want, assuming nothing crazy happens in these last 2 rounds and he stays successful in this fight, his people, oh, this big right hook. His people want a shot this year.
That's the same kind of shot that he seemed to have hurt Frias with in the previous round.
And I think he shook him up with that shot.
Very nice right hook.
Yeah, Frias just refuses to let go of the guy.
I don't know what this is going to be about. Gary Rosado giving a very stern warning to Frias for refusing to let go.
That's about the 3rd or 4th time.
Yes, it
Frias
is.
just won't let go. Let's see what happens here.
Well, a little bit. That was a half-hearted hold by Frias. Frias takes a hard straight left hand to the head.
At this point, the best thing that could happen to Frias if somebody cut this fight from 8 rounds to 7.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Unlikely. He's still trying. He's jumping in, though. He doesn't have a lot on those, not a lot of juice on those shots.
Well, he made a fight of it for a number of rounds, but JoJo Dan is a superior fighter, and he's a workaholic. He gets in there and keeps punching.
Yeah, he's just a world-class fighter fighting a fighter a couple of notches below in terms of level.
Correct.
They both landed right hooks.
Boy, they did. I think JoJo Dan's the better of the two and had more effect. We're coming down 46 seconds left in round number 7 of 8. JoJo Dan well on his way to improving his record by another win. He's 30-2 now. Frias just looks weary as can be right now. Terrific right hook landed by JoJo Dan. Now a left hand, another right hook. He does land a high percentage of his punches.
Those body shots may have worn him down now.
Yeah. Great action by JoJo Dan.
Another round for JoJo Dan.
Indeed.
Just want to see if I could catch what Rosado said there. But DiBella, obviously one of the most powerful and top promoters in boxing, and his job with JoJo Dan is to get him a shot at a world title.
I think all he was saying was the corner is a little too wet. That's Frias' corner. He's certainly an interesting fighter, and he's not going to be an easy fighter for anybody. Never stops punching. He's got a terrific chin. And based on that fight with Aiden, where you said he had a broken jaw in the second round and finished it out. Tough guy. Overhand left hands to the head. A series of them, and a good right hook landed by JoJo Dan.
JoJo Dan just swarming now with hard power shots.
He's looking for the big finish. He's not playing it safe.
Right. Well, I don't think he feels that Frias has anything really left to hurt him with at this point. People have been fooled by that before. But it's one of the things you like about a guy like JoJo Dan. I mean, he is a warrior. He's going to fight.
Well, the welterweight division stock with plenty of matchups.
Killers. And JoJo Dan is one of them. JoJo Dan ate a series of right hands and never even backed up. Minute 20 seconds left in round number 8, eighth and final round.
And the difference is, in my opinion, Frias just started fighting more defensively as the rounds went on.
Physically may not have been capable of doing more than that, though. The battle of southpaws.
And you know, as we look back at the 8 rounds, I'll tell you, maybe one of the key moments was the fact that in the first round there were 3 warnings for low blows against JoJo Dan, and nothing since, really. You know, no points deducted. He was flirting with a deduction there, and when it happens that early in the fight, you always have to worry about getting DQ'd.
And by the way, JoJo Dan has eaten a couple of solid straight left hands to the head while we were talking about that, but you're 100% right. He didn't let that get to him, and thankfully the referee did not take action because those were not severe low blows, bent line shots.
And that's where experience comes in. You know, he didn't let those warnings take him off stride.
Right, experience is a major factor. Although Frias has enough belts on his fight to be considered a veteran, but JoJo Dan certainly had the vast experience.
We're coming down to the wire, and there's the bell. This fight is over.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Luis Rivera scores it 76-75. And both judges, Tony Paolillo and John McKay, scored the same, 78-73. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, JoJo Dan.
Not a completely unexpected decision. A little closer than I might have thought, though.